Greetings folks, for a video of 2022 we got a spooky story about the abnormal abilities one Anon has with his vision. I can momentarily focus to add extra information to what I see, eyes open like visualize simple math with objects and see through the door if I know what's behind the door, more like game like wireframe model. I've been able to do this since I've been a child, so I was wondering if this phenomenon has a name or if I'm just autistic. I don't have any diagnoses other than depression. That is called scrying. Also remote viewing. Now one of the most frustrating things about occultism is they do not emphasize that visualization means imagination. These robot fucks are so set on keeping stupid cult shit hidden in plain sight they need to be walked through imagining a pentagram. I have tried to visualize to the point of psychedelic visuals and have never been successful. By psychedelic visuals I mean actually being able to draw as if the world is an alpha layer and the mind can holographically create whatever I imagine. I used to be able to do it as a child though. I imagined a pink amorphous cupido that I called Playatika. One day playing with the Playatika it morphed into two red eyes staring at me. Scared that instinct out of me. So they do this to ruin the imagination of children, you see. Fascinating. Scrying, as in the old days, with certain scribes reading bones in a fire to navigate information. It seems the old styles of such have evolved majorly in our psyche over the course of millennia. You say visualization emphasizes imagination, and that is truly interesting. One day, while listening to a video of Bill Donahue, a YouTube channel, speak about imaging within the mind, the realization became quite clear how to look at the word imagination. You have three words, of course more if you wish to break it down more, but for the sake of discussion, I will talk of imagination. Your mind's eye, or eye, holds its own nation within. You are able to image directly within it, because the nation is a domain where one may conjure up images. This is partially what Jesus spoke of with bearing false images. Never was it intended to be literal. This is how the esoteric order of priests of religion speak unto the masses, or the exoteric circle. We craft images physically, externally, but not before we conjure images mentally, internally. Before it is made manifest through our hands, it is created in the image eye nation. Sounds silly, but with a trained eye is one able to build anything they desire. Adding on to this, I live in America, the nation here bears symbols everywhere. This is to ensure our eye stays captivated by symbols and not signs, which are commonly given by the Creator. By ensuring that the mass hypnosis led by the design ERS keeps people powerless with their imagination, children grow up leaving behind their abstract mind, and adopting a concrete, or concreate, mind that is grounded by instilled methods of mental application. Smoothing the wrinkles. There are few who manage to fade away from this conditioning that the schools enforce onto the children. Have you encountered moments where you feel out of body with these experiences? Or possibly, when adding extra information, do you sense that you're pulling information from out of nowhere? Curiously so, there is a similar phenomenon that happens when it comes to dialing back memories and uncovering information buried in the details. As though I am hyperanalyzing it photographically. I believe what OP is referring to in his post is visualization instead of scrying. Visualizing is manipulating your optical brain to see things that may not necessarily exist. I can visualize an apple in my hand, which doesn't exist. Astral projection is the idea that by visualizing you can see through a network, the main one being the tree of consciousness, seeing through another being's eyes. If I imagine an alien landscape, that is visualization. If I visualize an alien landscape with the idea that I'm viewing it from a point in an omnipresent entity that I have tapped into through the tree of consciousness, that's astral projection. Scrying would be looking into smoke or tea leaves and seeing a pattern in the sediment or smoke and interpreting that pattern. Remote viewing would be looking at a box and visualizing what is inside, with the idea that you can see inside the box, perhaps through the omnipresent being like in astral projection.